To learn to live the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Click the bell notification. It's all free. So today I didn't get any chores done. It's starting to get late in the day already. We had to go to town. We haven't been shopping in town, I would say almost 2 months. All the canning and preservations and everything we're doing has paid off big. The cured meat, we cured a bunch of meat last time we were out there. Canned some bacon, pork, hamburger, and of course all the chicken that we've been canning. We've really minimized the amount of time we have to spend at the grocery store. So today we spent $225, I think it was, at the grocery store, and Carolyn doesn't think we'll have to go shopping for the rest of the winter. So that'd be amazing. Of course, I would imagine we will go shopping, but we don't have to go shopping. We got plenty of food to get us through. So we got just a few jars left, I would say maybe 30 or 40 jars left to do some canning. So Carolyn decided that she wanted to pick up some more meat to can. She really wanted hamburger, but hamburger was $16 for 5 pounds. It was pretty expensive. It was probably more like $17 for 5 pounds. Last time we got hamburger, it was 11 something. We found some pork. Save-A-Lot always has this one section where they kind of throw the meats off to the side and they package it up. And she found packages of 10 pounds of pork here. And what was it? It's 11.5 pounds, $1.49 a pound. So that was really cheap, $16.99, 17 bucks for 10 pounds. That's pretty good. Now you got to realize the hamburger was double that price. And so we got 2 of those. That's 20 pounds, just over 20 pounds. So we'll can that up tomorrow. The nice thing about canning that is it's called cold packing. So we don't have to cook it. We just put it right into the canner. Now I know somebody's going to say, oh, you had to spend the money for the ice. The ice is $1. I mean, it's so cheap it doesn't even matter. And what is that, 10 cents a pound, 5 cents a pound? Who cares? The price savings of the meat itself was worth the cost of the ice. I got a few other things. One of the things I'm having problems with is that water pump. I showed you I had to fix the water pump. It's got a switch in here for the RV pump, and it got corroded for some reason. People said, well, it's getting moisture in there. I just don't see how, but whatever. So somebody in the comment section suggested this. I don't know why I didn't think of it. I know this. Get some WD-40 and spray down in it. It'll wisp away the water. I did. I sprayed it on there. We'll see how that works. Of course, I haven't had any serious problems with it since I fixed it and cleaned it up, but maybe this will keep it from getting corroded. One of the things I bought was a new RV marine battery. You can pick these up for $100 at Walmart. And I want to go into quite a bit of conversation about this. I'm going to hook this up to our system, our solar system. This will be our 5th battery. It's a balancing act, and I'm sure that if you understood math better than I do, you know, some sort of electrical engineer, you probably know exactly what you need. Will Prost, he's a YouTuber, does a lot of electrical stuff, and he's a super genius. I'm just kind of a hobbyist. I mean, I've always worked with DC ever since I was a little kid. My dad bought me a little science kit, an electrical science kit, and you can run it off 9-volt batteries and little solar cells, and I've always loved DC electric. So easy to work with, it's not dangerous. 12 volt isn't dangerous, it's not going to shock you. You can put both hands on it, you're not going to get electrocuted. I'll show you right here. Big myth, of course, if you got it wet, there might be a risk. Only 12 volts, I mean, it's just not a lot. But so I'll show you. I'll put my hands across it. Nothing. You got to think, if you put that little 9-volt battery on your tongue, it does a little zing, but that's because your mouth's wet. So 9 volts, 12 volts. What it is, in the summertime, there's a heat variance because your solar panels don't produce as much electricity in hot temperatures. Anything over 70 degrees, it starts losing. And there's actually a calculation for that. You can find it online. But the thing about summertime is you have longer days and less cloudy days. You have very few cloudy days in the summertime. So in the summertime, I really don't have a problem with electricity. The refrigerator runs more, but I'm making more electricity. I just never had a serious problem in the summer. But last winter, it was kind of a struggle. I had 4 batteries. Your batteries will reduce how much power it can put out because it's cold. That's just any battery you're going to have. Anytime you have cold weather problems, you're going to reduce the amount of battery power you have. Think about starting your car, same thing. Your cell phone, you take it outside, it drains faster in the cold weather. Camera batteries, so even lithium ion batteries and all that stuff, they all do the same thing. So I have lead acid batteries, buy them from Walmart for $100, and I can get them to last 4 years. Now there's some ways that you have to do this. Is you got to get your batteries up above 13.6 volts. So it's a 12 volt battery, but you got to get it up to 13.6 volts every day, or your batteries will start to deplete. So like your car battery, they only last about a year. But if you're like me and you don't drive very far, or you let the truck sit around for long periods at a time, your batteries just don't last very long. With the new battery chargers now, they got these little repairs in it, and it does this little trickle charge, and you can repair a battery. The last battery that we had lasted 4 years. Also, you can never let your batteries get below 12.3 volts. You let them get below 12.3 volts, you half the life of the battery every time. So let's say you got a 4-year battery, you get below 12.3 volts, now it's a 2-year battery. You do it again, now it's a 1-year battery. In the wintertime, we were having some serious issues, and so I would have to come down to the battery bank every night about 6 o'clock and start the generator so I could get a charge before I went to bed. We thought about getting another battery, we just never got around to it. You know how that is. I can already start to see that we're starting to have problems. The refrigerator has been empty for about a week now, so it's running more. And the daylight hours are shorter. Daylight hours are starting to reduce to the point that the solar panels are no longer effective around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. In the wintertime, we ran the wood stove, and it got pretty hot in there. Hopefully this year we'll be able to control it a little better. But let's say it's 80 degrees in there, which is hot, right? And it's a tiny house, so your refrigerator's right next to the fridge. It's running a lot. So now we have the winter problem, which makes the batteries less. You don't have as much sunlight, and now we're running more on it. So I decided I was going to get another battery. What my goal is on a cloudy day, we don't get below 12.3 volts because that damages the battery, and that I can get the batteries up above 13.6 volts, and to make sure that I have enough electricity to get me through the night. Now remember, the night time is very long, probably from 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. maybe, all the way till the next morning till about 7 a.m. So I got to make sure that the batteries can run that much. So this is not hard to do. I'm going to just hook it up. So I'm just going to use some house wire, 12 gauge house wire. You can find all the calculations on how much wire, how thick wire you need in comparison to the distance. And since I'm only going maybe a foot or two, I don't need a lot of thickness. I'll wire it from one battery to another. So all you got to do is you run it from positive to positive. So your battery goes positive, positive, negative to negative. It's not hard at all. Okay. Every time I talk about batteries, I can guarantee you somebody's going to say, you need to get lithium-ion battle-born batteries. There is a slight advantage to having battle-born batteries. You don't have to maintain them near as much. Like I said, with the lead acid, you got to get up 13.6, and you can't get it below 12.3, whereas with the battle-born, you charge it, and you can deplete it all the way down to empty. There's several things that these YouTubers who try to sell these battle-born batteries don't tell the public is, one, they're lithium, and they do have the potential to catch on fire, and once they're on fire you can't put them out. Lead acid, they can blow up, but you know, so there's their own dangers, but not being able to put out a battery, whew, that's scary. Secondly, with lead acid, I can use the battery in wintertime. Not near as much as I can in the summertime, they just lose power, but so does lithium. We already talked about that. Your phone depletes. But the biggest problem is if you freeze the lithium-ion battery and you try to charge it, it will catch on fire. Now, when we talk about fires, think about all the hoverboards and the cell phones, and the battery catches on fire. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to a fire. They charge it up, and for whatever reason it overcharges or the computer messes up in it. Battle-born batteries have computers in them also, and they mess up and they catch on fire. And the thing is I would have to spend probably $4,000 in batteries to have enough batteries, and they only last 10 years, whereas I said these $100 batteries, they last 4 years. So, and when I replace them, they knock off 10 bucks. Okay, so I'm going to hook this up real quick. I'm not going to take you into the camper. It's pretty dark in there, so it's hard to see. But all I got is some house wire. You find this in your walls. And I'm just going to take the plastic coating off. And so when you do that, you got 3 strands of wire. You got white, black, and then you got the ground. I don't need the ground. We'll throw that to the side. We'll strip the wire. Just like that. And then all you gotta do is just wrap it around the post. I'm gonna put the black on the negative and the white on positive. It comes with its own set of nuts. Feeling better all the time about living off grid. We don't have to go shopping throughout the winter, which is actually kind of important, because when we have a wood stove inside the house, we don't really want to leave the wood stove for long periods of time. I get told all the time, oh, you're not living off grid, and they'll give a reason why. You got gasoline. I feel like every day we get a little bit closer and a little bit closer to being totally self-sufficient. I mean, right now, I feel like, man, if we can go an entire winter season, well, even Carolyn's saying fall and winter. So, I mean, we're really close if we're not there already, where we don't have to go shopping anymore. So, for the naysayers, I really do feel like that comes from people who has never done it, and they hear it from YouTubers. A lot of things I hear in the comment section, I've literally heard other YouTubers say before. And a lot of YouTubers, are like Battleborn Batteries, are selling things. Click the link below. I'm not selling anything. I just want you to be happy and free. Hope I can inspire you to do just that. Thanks for watching.